What's up, guys? It's Aaron with 900 Rated Disc Golf. I'm out here with my buddy Mikey, and we are out at Clinton Hills out in Swansea, Illinois. If anybody has played this course before, you know that it is a bomber course. And so we're gonna be out here trying to have a nice little fun round. Temperature's only supposed to get up to like the mid 80s, which is way better than the 100-degree weather we've been dealing with. So should be a good day for golfing. All right, we are out here on hole 1. I believe it's roughly 570 some odd feet. It is a par 4. You've got a couple different options. You can go straight up the middle here, or I will be going with the wide hyzer gap. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to get yourself in a good position, set yourself up for a birdie. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna be throwing my X-Cal, like I said, trying to get that wide hyzer. Ideally make it past that tall tree in the middle there. It's gonna be a pretty wide open upshot from there.
All right, I'll be throwing a plasma wave MVP all day, doing the hyzer route. Oh no, that turn. Oh, that'll fade. Oh, that's not.
No, it's coming back. All right, we are on hole 2 now. U-Disc has, as you can see, there is a middle gap here, but it does break very hard to the left. For whatever reason, I have a tough time hitting the gap, so I'm probably gonna try to go high again and just make it over the trees and still land in this landing zone and pretty much just have an up and down for par. I don't know who on earth is birdieing this hole without throwing one in, but I'd love to see it.
All right, we got Aaron on the tee sand, right there.
Gonna be pretty much almost identical throw to the last hole, maybe a little higher, just with the same X-Cal. Just get it over and try to land it kind of in the middle in that landing. Yeah, I think that'll work.
I think that'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow,
that
was awesome. I'm gonna up the gut just to give everybody a little bit different perspective.
Circle's edge, and I don't want that putt.
There you go, good putt.
All right, guys, we are now on hole number 3. U-Disc has it at 380 feet, another par 3. It's pretty much straight up the gut here, as you can see. It does take a pretty good driver shot to get all the way up there, at least for me. So I'm gonna be throwing a destroyer, try to get it a little out wide and fade back in towards the basket. Yeah, just like that. It'll be up there on the pot, but it's way left.
Oh yeah.
I got a 60-foot look.
Plasma mayhem.
All right, we're at hole 4. U-Disc has this one at 399 feet. Another par 3. You've got a couple lines to choose from. I'm going to be going with the hyzer route out to the right. Probably throwing the same destroyer from the last hole. Maybe my X-Cal. Hopefully just trying to beat that tree and give myself a long look.
So I'm going to attack with a plasma wave with a nice turnover drive. The opposite way, the left-hand gap is a little juicier.
That's not a bad play though. If you get around it, which you did.
Yeah,
that's a putt, my man. Oh. All right, we are out here at hole number 5. It's the only par 5 on the course. As you can see, it's pretty wide open, and then you can see that bridge. It's actually across the bridge, up a little hill, a couple hundred feet. U-Disc has it, I believe, at 930 some odd feet. So it's a nice long hole. Ideally, you just want to get into the fairway on your first shot. If you get enough distance, pretty much an identical shot over the ravine, and then set yourself up for a birdie opportunity. All right, gonna be throwing first shot with my brand new PD2 out wide, and just have the tailwind kind of push it into the middle of the fairway. That's exactly what I was.
Yep, perfect. Gonna attack with a plasma mayhem once again. Do the same shot that Aaron did, just with a little bit more hyzer flip.
Yep, nice shot. See guys, this is exactly where you want to be. We're showing you exactly how to play this hole today. All right, so as you see guys, the basket is all the way up the hill there. So we're probably still looking at a good 500 some odd feet just to get to the basket. But really this next shot, we just want to get over the ravine there and then have a 200 and something foot look for a birdie.
Yeah, that's really the play here. I'm gonna try and use this tailwind to take this wave and shoot it straight across the ravine, get a little bit with a turnover, but let the overstability fall right into place after tailwind kicks in. Yeah, I'll take that all day.
All right, so I'm gonna be using one of my flippier star destroyers. Because of this tailwind, I don't think it's gonna flip up too much on me. I think it's gonna ride pretty straight. Just really trying to get as much forward distance as possible.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure where that ended up.
I think it hit, I think it might have hit, but
Thankfully I got over. Not by much though. Like I have a putt from there to get a birdie, but
it's tough.
yeah. Honestly, I'll take a par from this position.
Well, it's a little soupy, but I'll take it. I use this tailwind, try to break off a little bit for a flex up. Just try to get an easy putt. Birdie. See if I can make it happen.
Soupy indeed.
And that was way further than I wanted.
That's gonna be a scary putt.
Got a downhill putt indeed. I'll take it. Oh, stop. Okay.
Scary putt here. Oh no. So you remember after our drives where we were telling you like, oh, we're teaching you how to play it? I took a par.
What's
and
a bogey?
so evidently we don't know what we're doing. number 6, par 3, 253 feet. You can see the basket tucked in right there. I'm probably gonna go with the hyzer play with a Firebird, just kind of through that gap, have it crash towards the basket, leave myself a putt. All right, gonna be throwing star Firebird. Again, just trying to get into this gap, ideally a little high, and then just have it crash towards the basket and leave myself a good putt.
Slip City.
Okay, so I've got kind of between a rock and a hard place on this one. I'm choosing between 1 and 2 mids. This one's a little bit more beat in, a little bit more unstable, but with the headwind, I may want to take this one. This is a reactor. This one's an MVP matrix. I think I kind of want to go with the better hyzer flip with the better fade though. So let's see what we got.
So as you can see, we've got a couple discs laying out for our tee pad. Unfortunately, this course doesn't have tee pads and full signs in yet. There were some stakes on the holes to show where we were on a few of them, but unfortunately with the weather lately, I think a few of them have just blown away. So we're pretty positive this is right around where the tee pad is supposed to be. It's 485 feet. It's a par 3, probably one of the tougher par 3s on the course. Easily one of those par 3.5s, but Clinton Hills is a championship level course. So some of these par 3s are really only going to be accessible to your top level players. All right, so we've got a little bit of a headwind, a little left and right. I'm going to try to throw my DD3 up the middle. Hopefully the wind will kind of push it up flat, pierce through the gap, and then have its reliable fade left towards the basket.
I'm going to throw my trusty Mayhem again using the headwind to play it this direction, let it fade, probably right in front of the bush because I don't throw very far. So, but I'm going to do not what Aaron did. So.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
Or I'll go to the gap on the right.
There you go. That's a good shot.
That's about right at the bush.
Try to throw my FD3 here. It's an older Doombird 1. It's almost like that old Anna disc that Simon had. It reminds me a lot of that one. I'm going to try to get it just through the gap, ideally not 2 feet off the ground, and hopefully it'll fade just right off at the end, and hopefully I can save a par.
Oh man.
Well, I'm not getting the birdie, and I'm definitely not getting a par now.
I'm going to use my my Entropy here, a brand new one. This one's a little bit more beefy than they already are. Compare this to a Zone in the MVP lineup. Try and get it to hyzer in under the tree. Hopefully the wind doesn't push it very hard.
That faded a little early, but I think you've still got a good putt.
Yeah, that'll be fireable. Should be right about right on top of mine. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Good putt.
Bogeys for days.
Yep.
All right, after some disappointing bogeys, we are now on hole number 8. I believe UDisc has us right around 380 something feet. Another par 3. It's downhill a little bit. We do have a little bit of a tailwind, so we'll have to play that into our shots. Basket, as you can see, all the way down the hill, off to the left there. Good like hyzer flip play, using this wide open fairway to give yourself a birdie look. All right, so with the tailwind here, I'm gonna throw my DDX. I'm hoping it'll kind of stand up, ride the tailwind, and then fade off left at the end. I've been close to a birdie look on this one before. I'm really hoping that I can attack it, get back on pace after that bogey there.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to using this wave a little bit slower speed than I need. The tailwinds tend to slow down your disc, so I'm hoping to play that with the lower glide and the lower speed to get it to fade off. I'm going to just hope for the best while I got a gust.
You got a putt.
It's a putt.
Oh man, I knew it as soon as I let go. It's short. I ain't gonna make it.
We're having a rough day, Eric.
So aggravating.
We're having a rough day.
Oh, I was putting so good. So because of how muddy the tee area is, we're probably going to play either to the left or the right of it. But we're on hole 9 right now. Another fairly disappointing set of bogeys there. We will be going through this gap. It goes up to the left, and then the basket is up farther on top of the hill. I believe this is a par 4. I think the distance is somewhere in the 340, 360 range. I can't remember. It's still a tough get. You have to hit the gap pretty much perfect. If you flare skip too much to the left with something overstable, you're still going to be in the trees, not where you want to be. So it's a very difficult tee shot.
Yeah.
All right, so going to be going with a zone, something that's overstable enough to where it's going to get left, but I really want something that's going to finish pretty soft, hopefully in the middle of the fairway. It's going to leave myself the best shot at getting up the rest of the hill and giving myself a birdie look. That's still a little too much left.
Okay, so I'm going to be throwing something super overstable. It's a proton deflector. I like to call her my Carmen Sandiego. Thanks, John Dorn. But I'm going to be hanging way right and letting it cut way in, hopefully a little long, so I can actually clear the trees that are halfway up the hill and leave myself a pocket.
Well, it's still getting left. That's probably not even that bad, to be honest.
No, I don't think that's that bad. Okay, so I'm going to use my more beat-in deflector because I don't care if I lose it. You can see here, it's really rough there. But I'm going to try and cut right of it, use the beefiness of this disc and the uphill to just try to smack it dead in the center. It's a par 4, so I'm going to try and play it safe.
At least you'll be kind of on the edge there.
Yeah. Not at all. There's an entropy on kind of a lofted flick up. Once it crests the backside, the headwind may take it and just loft it right up next to the basket. I'm gonna do a standstill. Keep that wrist above the elbow and float it in. Thanks, Paul Ulibarri. That'll be a putt, about 25 feet. Yeah, I think you'll have a putt, but that might be a little long.
Oh.
Another cage. Oh. Wow, on 9 holes, I'm carrying six bogeys. Oh, dude, you know.
It is what it is. So that was the front 9, guys. I appreciate you watching. Here soon we'll have the back 9 footage, which we are about to start. hopefully we get off the bogey train. The last 3 holes, it's been rough. Putting woes. I was putting pretty well the first few holes, and the last 2 I've left off the cage, so getting kind of over that. So
well, I'm starting to dial in. Now I'm hitting the cage, so I'm
yeah,
okay.
so like we're making progress just the other way. But again, guys, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, things of that nature, and stay tuned for the back 9.